Hello, Wonderhussy here, standing in a field in the great state of Texas. That's why I'm wearing my hat and my boots. About to check out a place I've been wanting to visit forever. It's one of those legendary road trip destinations. In fact, it's right on old Route 66, which is nowadays Interstate 40, and that is the Big Texan Steak Ranch. Okay, I've been to a ranch, and I've had my share of ranch water, and I've been to a steak house, but I ain't never been to a steak ranch. Okay, even if you think you've never heard of this place, you probably have, and that's because it's the home of a very well publicized shtick that's heavily advertised on billboards all along Interstate 40 for probably a few hundred miles in both directions. It's the home of the free 72-ounce steak. And I know what you're probably thinking. Well, gee, Wonderhussy, how does this place stay in business if they give away all them free 72-ounce steaks? Well, the answer lies in the fine print, which you usually can't read while you're blasting past a billboard at 80 miles per hour. And it's even kind of hard to read here because all these weeds, but you can see at the bottom there it says, if eaten in 1 hour. That's right, you get this massive hunk, 72 ounces of steak for free if you can eat the whole thing in 1 hour. I think it's been on Man vs. Food or one of those, probably a bunch of those TV shows where guys go in and eat an incredible amount of food in a very short amount of time. Fun fact about me, I actually used to do some competitive eating. I was in the Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest one year, way back in 2008. I thought, well, gee, I can eat a lot. And I could probably fake these other guys out because they wouldn't expect it coming from me. And so I did. I entered one of the qualifying rounds in Vegas at the New York Hotel Casino. And I even trained in advance. I don't really even like hot dogs. In fact, I don't even eat very much meat, but I'm very competitive. So I did a training session where I ate as many hot dogs as I could. I trained, you know, I read up on the Kobayashi method. Okay, Kobayashi was one of the top competitive eaters in the world, and he had this patented technique whereby he would break the wiener part of the hot dog in half and stuff both halves in his mouth, and while he was chewing those, he would dunk the hot dog bun in a cup of water to get it nice and mushy and soggy, and then after he swallowed the wieners, he would shove the mushy bun slop into his mouth, and that way he was able to eat something like 50 hot dogs in, 10 minutes? Needless to say, I did not eat 50 hot dogs in 10 minutes. I didn't come in first, I didn't come in second or even third. I think I came in 6th out of 12, but all the other contestants were men, so I didn't do too bad for a little gal, and I got my picture in the paper. Anyway, all of that is just to say that, well, I'm competitive, and I would like to try eating this 72-ounce steak in less than an hour. But I also like these jeans and being able to fit in them, so I am not going to be ordering a 72-ounce steak, at least not tonight. Who knows, I might come back here and try again in the future. No, tonight, I'm gonna go over there and just get something reasonable. I don't know, I'll check out the menu. But before I go to dinner at the Big Texan Steak Ranch, I'm actually staying here overnight. That's right. In addition to having this giant, sprawling steak ranch complex, which includes the restaurant and a giant gift shop. Of course, there's a gift shop. And of course, this being Texas, it's a huge gift shop. There's also a motel you can stay on site here at the Big Texan. And you can see it's a pretty cool motel, made to look like an old western town, bunch of false fronts. You know how they used to do in those old western towns, build that fancy false front so it looked like this miserable shoebox was actually a fancy 2-story building? Well, that's what this motel looks like. You could stay in the Cattleman's Hotel, the Dodge House Hotel, Lily's Hotel, or my favorite because of the color scheme, the Ranch House Hotel. Now, of course, those are all just false fronts and all the motel rooms probably look the same inside. Anyway, that being said, I'm a little disappointed that I didn't get a room here in this building. Oh, hey, look at this. This must be the limo they use. I guess if they come pick you up for like a wedding party or something. I mean, look at this thing. It's got Texas Longhorn horns on the hood. Kind of like those classic Cadillacs you used to see back in the, oh, I don't know when that was, 60s, 70s. They had those boss old Cadillacs with the big horns on the front. This is a Lincoln, and it's not quite as vintage as the ones I'm thinking of, but hey, if I sit right in the middle of it, it looks like I have horns. Man, I sure would love a set of horns like this for my Death Valley compound. Maybe I'll come across a pair laying in a field somewhere on my travels through Texas. Anyway, like I was saying, unfortunately, I didn't get a room in that building with all the fancy false fronts, which you can see from the side. It's just a cinder block building anyway. Nah, they put me in the back, out back behind the blacksmith shop, behind this drained swimming pool. I don't know why they have the swimming pool drained. It's like 85 degrees today. It'd be a perfect day to go for a dip. And then look at this mural on the side of the building. It's like a Mexican señorita, I guess. But to me, she looks a lot like Michael Jackson. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Anyway, like I was saying, they put me way out back here in the horse hotel. That's right, there's a horse hotel here. I guess because this is ranch country and there's lots of folks traveling back and forth on I-40 that are towing horses and horse trailers, and so they need a place they can stop for the night where the folks can get a room to rest their heads, but then the horses need a stall to rest. Well, I guess they don't really rest their heads, but they rest, and boy do they rest. Anyway, look at this. The door to the horse hotel is wide open, and it doesn't say not to go inside. It just says Coggins required. What are Coggins? And are they related to Kenny Loggins? Anyway, I'm gonna go in the horse hotel real quick and just see. Yeah, again, it doesn't say don't go in. It just says no dumping water, bring your Coggins papers to the office. I don't think there's any horses in here anyways, unfortunately. But I guess if you came here during rodeo season, all these stalls would be chock-a-block with horses. I can smell the horses. They must have been here recently, but they're not here now. So I'm gonna go ahead and check into my room, which is in this building that has the Michael Jackson lady mural on it. This is one of those hotels where you don't even have to go to the check-in desk. Oh, look, the cement is patterned with all kinds of different ranch brands. Look at that, you know how they brand their cattle? Anyway, like I was saying, this is one of those hotels where you don't actually have to go into the office to check in. They just text you. Keyless entry. So I can just go on up the stairs here and punch in my code and see what the rooms at the Big Texan are like. Dun dun dun! Very rustic. Okay, I've been staying in a lot of motels lately because I'm on this cross-country road trip and I didn't feel like camping. So this, compared to some of the places I've been staying lately, is pretty nice. You know, it feels very spacious. I think I paid around $77 for this room on Orbitz. Maybe that's why they stuck me in the back. If I would have booked directly on their hotel website and paid a little bit more, I might have got to stay in Big Lil's Whorehouse or whatever those false front hotels were called. But I am perennially on a budget, so this is what I get. I mean, it's not bad. There's a, well, first of all, there's a very nice rustic desk with, oh, I was gonna say without a chair, but there's a chair over here in the corner. So I can sit and do some work here in a bit. Then there's a mini fridge, there's a microwave, there's a flat screen TV. There's some very tasteful art on the walls. Classic Winchester rifle ad. An ode to the Texas peacemakers. It says, frontiermen, pioneers, cattlemen, oilmen, patriots, Texans all. And basically it's a bunch of guns. Seems fitting. Oh, and then look at this. It's a, wow, talk about a tableau. This painting really tells a story. So there's the old weathered ranch hand's boots, and his fiddle, and his rope, and his spur, and then there's a strand of pearls on the spur. I'll bet you anything that weathered old ranch hand busted out his fiddle, wooed the farmer's daughter, and now they're up in the hayloft having a fine time. That's my interpretation anyway. Then there's a, look at this, it's an old ad from the Big Texan back in the day. Still giving away that free 72-ounce steak. I wonder if that's the guy who founded this place. And then over this bed, oh, it's the same. I wonder why they did that. The same picture over both beds. I guess it paints such a pretty picture, they had to use it twice. I guess I'll be having sweet dreams tonight. Anyway, let's check out the bathroom. What do you think the bathroom at the Big Texan looks like? Oh, okay. Where's the light? Oh, here. It's got a real fancy vanity, like a marble top, very high end for an $80 a night hotel room. They even polished the fixtures. You don't always see that in a cheap motel. In-room coffee, that's nice. Looks like a very simple bathroom. So light. Let me zoom out. Yep, just a toilet and a shower, but you know what? It's got a fake suede shower curtain with Texas accents and a blow dryer for those big Texas hairdos. You know, if you ask me, this is the original Texas peacemaker. I mean, don't they say the higher the hair, the closer to Jesus? Look at that, even the toilet paper holder is a horseshoe and a spur. Anyway, yeah, I think this will be just fine to stay the night in. I just got here. I just checked in by coming into the room. It's only like 4:30 in the afternoon and I'm not hungry yet. So I guess I am gonna sit at this rustic wooden desk and read the Bible. I just noticed. You know you're in the Bible Belt when you start seeing these bad boys everywhere. It's funny, out west, out in the godless west, and when I say west, I don't mean Texas, I mean the west, you don't see these Gideon's Bibles in hotel rooms anymore. Like I said, I've been staying in motels my whole trip out here, and this is my 4th night on the road. And the first 2 places I stayed in, Arizona and New Mexico, did not have Bibles. Last night I stayed in Tucumcari, which is pretty close to the Texas border, and so there was a Gideon's Bible in my room. And just like this one, it doesn't look like it's ever even been cracked open. You know, it's not exactly what you would call dog-eared. In fact, there's some mystery stains on it, so I'm not even sure what all was going on with this Bible. I'm just gonna tuck it back down there. And I'm gonna use this desk to do some regular, good old-fashioned YouTube video editing. I'll check in with you when it's time for dinner. Boy, nothing like editing to really work up an appetite. Either way, it's like almost 7:30. So I guess it's time for me to go down to the Big Texan Steak Ranch. Oh, okay, it does smell pretty dang good out here. It's times like this, I wish I was filming in smell-o-vision, so you too could smell the tantalizing aromas wafting out of the Big Texan Steak Ranch. And I know even the thought of these aromas is probably making you hungry, but I'm not gonna go in there yet. There's a few things on the grounds I want to check out first. Like this giant armadillo. Is that supposed to be an armadillo? Stuck between these Texas chopsticks. And then here we have this friendly, if not somewhat somber steer standing guard out front of the restaurant. He's got the Big Texan on his side. It says you're supposed to pose and post hashtag 72-ounce steak. Aye, aye, Cap'n. And then next to this somber steer, there's a cool old Route 66 highway Texas Ranger. It says it's a Studebaker. How about that? When's the last time you saw a Studebaker? Okay, then we have an old-timey windmill. We've got the Texas flags a-flying. Oh, we've got some photo ops. Big Texan or bust. Home of the free 72-ounce steak with the 1 hour caveat at the top. And then we have the entrance to the steak ranch itself and the gift shop. Ooh, I don't know about you, but I want to go check out the gift shop. Oh wait, before we go in the steakhouse, here's another limo with more Longhorns on the front, but check this one out. This one has mannequins in it. Oh my gosh. You know how I feel about mannequins. I don't know if you can see or if there's a glare on the window, but there's 3 passengers in this limo. Looks like there's a, I don't know, like a half-dead mariachi on the passenger side. And then in the middle, we've got a wise Indian chief. And then over here in the driver's seat, we've got, oh, I don't know, is that Charlie Daniels Grizzly Adams, a bootlegger. Oh look, there's another limo behind this one, and there's actually a limo driver sitting in it. I guess he's waiting to go pick up some high roller. I wonder if this is like strip clubs in Vegas where, you know, if they think you're gonna spend a bunch of money, they'll send a limo to come get you. Well, maybe if they think you're gonna spend like if you're gonna try to eat that 72-ounce steak and fail, you still have to pay for it, and I'm sure it ain't cheap. So maybe they'll send a limo to pick you up if they think you're cocky enough to try. What do I know? I'm just going in this restaurant to get myself a steak. Oh, look at the door handle. It's a gun. Ha! Dang, look at this place. Oh wow, there's a stuffed bear. Yikes. It says it's an Alaskan brown bear taken by Harris Hampton in 1980. How about that? Oh, look up here. These are people who actually did eat the steak in an hour or less. I guess they put you on blast on their social media. Dang, looks like all kinds of people did it. Look at this kid even did it. Well, now I feel like a loser. Oh, look, wow, here's the steak. This is what it looks like. If you can eat that in an hour, it's free. Look how big that is. Oh my gosh. Oh, I see. Here's like a leaderboard. Look at this guy. He just did it the other day in 45 minutes and 33 seconds. He says now he's on his way to Baskin and Robbins. Oh, look here. You can buy your own Longhorns. Oh, wow. How much are these? $170. Dang. And it looks like the usual assortment of stuff in the gift shop. Although there are some pretty cool t-shirts. Ooh, belt buckles. Oh dang, look, there's a shooting gallery. You can take pot shots at this creepy animatronic bear holding a stick of dynamite. Wow. Get him. Man, this is the kind of place I'd really like to be on mushrooms in. Oh wow, look at that. There's even a Big Texan slot machine. How about that? Dang, I can't imagine how much money this place is making. If it's like this on a Thursday night, oh, here's the bar. I'm just gonna go find a place to sit. Oh dang, even the bar's full. Okay, so there wasn't any room at the bar, so I have to wait 30 minutes for a table. So I came out here into the parking lot and I saw something that sums this whole experience up perfectly. And no, it's not this Jesus sticker, although that is pretty fitting. It's this Preparation H wipe. Like some poor trucker dropped this on the ground just as he's on his way in to eat another colon-clogging, fiber-free meal of all-American red meat. My table's ready. Thank you. All right, I got a booth back at the corner so I can talk to myself without everybody judging me. Okay, now I gotta figure out what to order. Oh, but first I need a drink. Oh, look. Amarillo by morning. Ooh, margaritas. A Chilton. You know, I don't even really like old fashions, but it seems like the kind of thing you should drink when you're eating a steak. Okay, now, what do I want to eat? Double Duke, beef tips. They do have a filet. 10 ounce. Oh my god, that's huge. Oh, look at this. It's like the Texas version of asada fries. Only instead of carne asada, it's topped with barbecue and pickles. Oh, here's the free steak. Now, how much is it if you don't finish it? It doesn't have a price. I guess if you have to ask, you shouldn't order it. Well, I suppose I could be healthy and get the salmon. But no, I feel like when in Rome, right? So I'm gonna have a steak. I don't really know a whole lot about different cuts of meat, but I don't like fat. So I feel like I don't really want a 10-ounce fillet. That's huge. Maybe I'll go for this 8-ounce top sirloin. And it says I get my choice of 2 sides. So I could get a baked potato, I could get mashed potatoes, I could get fried okra. But I'm gonna try and be healthy and get cowboy beans and a salad. Wah, wah, wah. Oh look, even the napkins have BTSR, Big Texan Steak Ranch. And I guess I get to keep my souvenir water cup. Classy. Okay, here's my salad. Not very exciting. And then here's these rolls they apparently make fresh here on site. I'm not usually much for bread, but these actually smell amazing. You can tell they're fresh baked. Oh, it smells super yeasty. Oh, look, there's a raised table in the middle of the dining room. And I guess that's where you sit if you're trying to do that steak challenge. You can see there's timers blinking above it. Wow, that's intense. So you're basically on blast in front of the whole restaurant while you're trying to eat a 72-ounce steak. Oh, look at the guy sweating in the kitchen. Dang, frying up all them steaks. Meanwhile, here's my old fashioned. Oh my God, look, there's even a tiny Big Texan flag in the cherry and a nice big round ice cube. You don't see that every day. Let's see. Wow. Well, that'll put some hair on your chest. Okay, here's my little sirloin and my cowboy beans and a jalapeno pepper garnish. Oh, with another little Big Texan flag. I love that. Add that to my hat. Now do I look like I'm from California? Wow, that's actually really good. And I'm not even that much of a steak eater. I ordered it medium rare, and they did a great job. It's super juicy and super well seasoned. And it pairs great with this old-fashioned. Wow, is this what it feels like to be a man? Uh-oh, there's a guy from the Ukraine who's about to eat one of the big steaks. Oh man, this guy's a beast. Good luck, brother! Oh man, I mean, I would love to hang out here for another hour and watch him eat that steak, but oh, it's already like 9:30. I ate late, and I got another long day ahead of me. Oh, no cake, no pie. I'm going back to my room with my free souvenir water cup. Boy, what an experience that was. Man, I was talking to my waitress, really nice gal, 21 years old. She said she makes $400 a night. She works 10-hour days, 5 days a week, but I don't know, I'm not very good at math, but that's like 2-3 grand a week. She said her rent here is only $1,000 a month, so I don't know what she's doing with all that money, but hey, good for her. Meanwhile, I gotta face the placid but oddly judgmental face of the steer out front. Oh, I'm sorry I ate your brother, but he was delicious.